I might get in trouble for this one, but I fear God. I'm just gonna get into it. First, I wanna preface this with, I have this wig. I also have an ash blonde wig that I wore for my 20th birthday. It was so cute. I have a 30-inch bust down copper ginger wig, a jet black layered wig. She was really cute. Raw clip-ins. There's a point to all of this, okay? Curly extensions. I had to talk about this eventually. And I want to start by saying that I know you're beautiful because God said so. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. He numbered your hairs on your head for a reason. He loves the way that he created you, and he never made any mistake with you. I want to start by saying that. And I also want to start by saying that to myself as well, because that's something I used to struggle with. I used to wear my natural hair, but as soon as I got some coins, I started to get some wigs. Every single year on my birthday, I would wear a wig. I felt most beautiful with somebody else's hair on my head. I have a few talking points. The Lord has just been pressing on my heart, honestly, for quite some time, but I just didn't know how to go about talking about this because I know it's a very sensitive subject, and I obviously don't want to offend anybody. By the way, I want to show my shirt. This is Dom Boy. I miss this brand so much. Dominique, if you see this, please come back. And first, I'm going to start with a little bit of a story. Okay, so I bought some yummy extensions last year. I spent about 700 to 800 Canadian on them. And a long story short, I got like 2 wears out of them because my grandma accidentally threw them in the garbage. Because y'all, this whole me taking my hair, my natural hair seriously, it was never about, I never really cared about maintaining my natural hair. I would wear my natural hair, yes, but if I had some money, I would get some braids, I would get some wigs, I would get some weave, anything but my hair. And then that's when I would consider my hair done. So my initial journey when it came to all of this was never about me preserving my natural hair and feeling myself when it's natural. No, actually, to be honest, I just didn't have the money at the time, and then when I did, I got my hair done. This happened in April. I wanted to wear them for my birthday, and she threw them in the garbage. Accidentally, you know, accidentally. And the way it happened was so funny because she went into my room and she cleaned my room for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I guess she just wanted to do it that day. I'm honestly, now that I look back, I really think that it was the spirit that led her there to do this, because if none of this happened, I don't think I would be where I am right now. I was just pissed. I was so upset. I wasn't just upset about the hair. I was also upset about the fact that she just went in my room, because like, grandma, why? Obviously she had good intentions, and she saw the bundles on the floor because I was gonna wash them so I could wear them for my birthday. So then I got clip-ins, and then I got bundles to, I guess, accommodate for the mishap. I wore these clip-ins one time, and then I wore this for 3 days. The reason why is because in April 2025, my 25th birthday, a birthday has never been as transformative as this specific one, because God really sat me down, okay? This year, God sat me down and was like, every single year, you wore somebody else's hair on your birthday. So for your 25th birthday, I want you to sit down and accept my love alone. So I didn't post anything on my birthday. I didn't post that it was my birthday. I didn't announce that it was my birthday. I didn't plan anything. God had me just sit down in my room and accept all the love from him alone. And he helped me realize that for so long, I was craving validation from man, and I never really sat down with God and allowed him to love on me on the day that he created me. He sat me down and had me thinking also about Bellarelle, because this would have been the 5th year anniversary of Bellarelle. And I was sitting down on my birthday and also on Bellarelle's 5th year anniversary. For the first time in my life, I realized I own a natural beauty brand, and I'm here wearing wigs every single year on the anniversary of my brand. I just felt him telling me, did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake with the way that I formed you? I feel like I'm getting emotional. I know that I'm God and I don't make any mistakes, so why are you wearing other people's hair on your head? Why do you feel the most beautiful when you're wearing somebody else's hair? Why do you feel the most beautiful when your hair is straight? It's crazy because for my birthday, since I didn't get a wig or I didn't get a weave done because, you know, my weave was in the garbage, I decided to get a hair treatment where it was like kind of like a keratin treatment, but it wasn't permanent. And it just made my hair really silky straight. And you know, I don't mind wearing a silk press here and there, but for my birthday, the fact of the matter is that it was for my birthday, right? So it was like, it's supposed to be a time where I thought I needed to get my hair out of its natural form just so that I can feel the most confident, just so I can feel the most beautiful. I wore my hair super silky straight for my birthday, and ended up damaging my hair. My hair was not reverting back. It stayed straight. So many wash days later, once I cut it, my natural curl pattern started to come back. So I was like, wow, this is what my hair actually looks like. It doesn't look like this. It looks like this. God is so good, because genuinely, when I first started my journey of just not wearing any extensions, the intention in January was literally just to stop, because I noticed how much the protective styles were damaging my hair. But now the intention is to just genuinely love my hair and love everything about the way God made me. I love my hair if it's undefined, if it is defined, if it's up, if it's down, if it's twisted, if it's not. Like, our hair has so many possibilities. Our hair is just so cool. And it's deeper than saying I love my hair. I also want my daughters to feel the most beautiful in their natural state. Because looking back, I feel like I started getting into braids and just wigs and extensions and weave because of what I would see. You know, like, I remember growing up, my aunt, she had the raw bundles, bust down. Now she has sister locks and she looks beautiful. But back then she was wearing like these really long extensions. My aunt would always have some nice expensive bundles. My mom too, she would have like bundles with blonde highlights and she looked good. So then eventually, as I started growing up, she would take me to the salon and then I would get my hair braided with extensions, and then it would just be like a repetitive thing, because probably she just didn't want to do my hair, or there wasn't enough time to do my hair. When I was a toddler, of course, like, she was doing my hair and my grandma was doing my hair. I remember being like on the floor getting my hair tugged, having barrettes hit my forehead. Like, remember, like, if you know, you know, okay? I remember when my mom took me to Disney World when I was about like 12 or something, and my sister, she relaxed my sister's hair, and my sister's hair was super straight, and then she would come out of the pool and her hair was really straight, and I was so jealous. I was like, I want my hair relaxed, because my mom wouldn't relax my hair. She would just like twist it and stuff, but she never relaxed my hair, and I was so upset. I was so upset, and that's how I knew this stuff was ingrained. It's like from the moment I was playing with Barbies, and the Barbies' hair was straight, and then going to a predominantly white elementary school, I would, you know, straighten my bangs and put the rest of my hair up. Like, it was just always there. I just always imagined myself looking and feeling my best with straight hair. And then now at 25 years old, I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, God forbid my daughter feels this way. God forbid my daughter feels like she needs to alter her hair to feel beautiful. Like, God forbid, God forbid. It's actually making me able to cry a little bit, because genuinely, I would hate to have a daughter, push her out of my womb, and then tell her she's beautiful, but then my actions are telling her that she's not beautiful enough. Like, telling her that she's so beautiful with her natural hair, the way that she is, oh, she's so pretty and all these things, but then my actions, I'm wearing wigs, I'm wearing weaves, and the wig is not even that big of a problem. It's like the wigs that are not even matching my hair texture. So it's like a wig that's like this, when I know my hair's not like this. And then, you know, I used to listen a lot to the rhetoric on TikTok that would say, oh, but you know, like, the wash and go, it takes so long and da-da-da-da. Genuinely, I'm at the nail salon for like, what, 2 hours to get my nails and my feet done. The moment I started investing the 2 hours in my hair, life was changing. Not only do I feel so much more proud about my hair, because I actually did it, it's just about the fact that, like, first of all, it's free. Same amount of time that I'm using at the nail salon to do my nails is the same amount of time that I could use towards my hair. And then not only that, there's a rhetoric, especially on TikTok or YouTube even, that they'll say how, you know, wash and goes, which is basically just you're wearing your hair in the most natural form, is there's so many tangles with this and all this stuff. Y'all, the tangles will never compare to the traction alopecia that I got from wearing wigs, okay? I would wear a wig one time, because the thing about me too is, like, I would never have a wig on my head for more than 4 days because it was so itchy. But the moment I would take that wig off, part of my baby hairs would go with it. I used to have fuller edges, and now I don't. Well, you know, they're going back. Thank you to Bellarelle. But at that time, I just wasn't. I got allergic reactions from the glue. My whole crown over here would be red. I would look insane. Like, it's just not it. And I just feel like God was just telling me from then that, like, yo, just stop. And I used to be like, it's not my fault, you know, like, slavery, they ingrained it in us and all the texturism and all this stuff. However, the times are so different now, and I genuinely believe that if we keep on complaining and saying the same thing, and yet simultaneously wearing the hair of the exact same people that we keep on complaining about, isn't that counterproductive? Won't it further perpetuate the narrative that our hair needs to look like this in order to be accepted? I just think logically it makes sense if, you know, as a collective, Please, God, please make it happen. But as a collective, we all started wearing our natural hair because then society would have no choice but to adapt. Think about COVID. People just started wearing masks. Everybody started wearing masks. The moment everyone starts doing something, society has no choice but to adapt. So if we're continuously wearing other people's hair, we're further insinuating that, you know, our hair is not normal. Our natural hair is not normal and it needs to be changed. So I just think that the argument's a little tired. And I also used to say, oh, let me do whatever I want to do with my hair. But it's not even my hair. It's not my hair. My hair would be under the wig. And then I would put someone else's hair on my head. So it's like, yeah, Carm, do whatever you want to do with your hair. But this isn't your hair. I just had to say it. I just had to say it. This is so deep in North America. But, you know, if you go to different places around the world, everybody's wearing their natural hair. But if they see whatever is being perpetuated in North America, you know, the straight wigs and the bust down and all this stuff, that's deemed as a form of luxury. So they feel like the moment they can achieve a hairstyle that looks like this or a hair that moves this way, even though it's not even our natural texture, is more appealing. Oh gosh, it's gonna be real. I'm gonna say it anyways. It's the most twisted thing. I'm thinking about it, like, it's so, like, think about it. A lot of the time we get so angry quickly when any form of divisive opinions or ideologies are spun about our hair. Yet a lot of the time we are causing the division within our own race. We are hair typing, we are saying this hair is better, obviously because of past trauma. We're commenting under Indian, Vietnamese, or Malaysian people's hair, saying this is my bundles. Even though that might be a joke, there is some form of truth in the jokes that we say. Quite frankly, it's really sad because there are people that are making billions of dollars on us not liking our hair. If there's a certain part that we don't like, it means that we need to heal our relationship with that part. And there's some people that might say, I just don't like my hair because it's too much to take care of and all these things. But honestly, I don't mean to toot my own horn or nothing, but once I started using Belle Royale products, my hair has been a lot easier to manipulate because the products have authentic butters, no drying alcohols, and ingredients that our hair actually loves. A lot of the products that are marketed towards us make our hair stiff, brittle, and dry, making it harder to take care of. And some might say it's easy for you to say, your curl pattern, whatever the case may be, whatever you're thinking. I'm gonna snip that right now because as someone who thought at one point that I had type 3 hair because I had so much heat damage, I simply started seeking God for every single void in my life. And I found beauty in taking care of my hair. I find so much beauty in the possibilities of our hair. Our hair doesn't need that much manipulation. Our hair can stay clean for up to 2 weeks. We just need to heal our perception of what beauty looks like. I'm trying to be very careful when I say this because I understand, especially when you're a kid and you're just made fun of and all these things just stay with you. A lot of the reasons why we might want to change our appearance is because of what other people have said about us or the way we've been treated in different places. So it's not something that we can just overgeneralize because this is so deep. I don't believe that we can heal this deep rooted insecurity on our own. And then some might say it's just for fashion. It's just for fashion. It's not. It's not. If it was just for fashion, we would be wearing our texture. We're not. Even if it's like a different color hair. There's temporary hair dye now. There's just so many different options where we don't even have excuses anymore. I just genuinely believe that this void and this insecurity is so deep because it's literally generational. I believe that this insecurity and void is so deep that it will only take God to fill, to the point that you feel so confident in any state, any texture of your hair. That's only something that God can do. And I'm saying this as someone who, like I said, was wearing braids back to back, was wearing my hair, was wearing wigs, was wearing weave all the time. I'm saying this as someone who literally lived it. This kind and literally be filled with the love of God, understanding that everything, every single way that he made you, your hair, your skin, your eyes, your hands, your nails, every single part of your face was intentionally positioned, was intentionally put together. There was never a mistake. And to get to the point, why am I crying, bro? I'm always crying. To get to the point of like fully accepting every single part of me the way that it is. And I can't, and obviously I love my nails too, but I just love getting my nails done, okay? I'm just a girl. But to get to the point that I'm fully accepting every single part of me the way that I am. And like, y'all, even the no makeup thing, that was something that I didn't even want to do. That was trauma. I'll explain to you. The reason my sister will share it if she ever wants to, but the reason that I don't wear makeup is not because, it's not by choice. I was about 8 years old. I went to a Halloween party at my best friend's cousin's house. And my best friend's cousin's mom, she put like eyeliner on us, you know, like makeup. And I just felt so pretty, you know what I mean? I go in the car and I'm like, Mommy, look at my makeup. She's like, what? She turned on the light, she saw our eyes, and she beat us like... I could laugh about it now. But I literally got beat for having eyeliner. From that point, from that day forward, I was probably like 8 years old. From that day forward, I never wore makeup again. And I'm understanding my mom's heart at that time was probably just to, you know, have my sister and I embrace our natural beauty. Whenever I go out now, you know, I wear a little blush, I wear a little makeup and all that stuff. But y'all, that's literally why. It's not because I loved the way that I looked naturally all my life. It's literally because I was scared. Like, I was traumatized into not wearing makeup. Like, I know I'm talking about like face now, but you know, natural beauty in general, that is, I believe, my ministry and what God is calling me to. I guess I'm supposed to like help women embrace their natural beauty, I guess. But I tell you guys that that's not how it started for me. We could talk about this all day, honestly, because like I said, this stuff is so nuanced, this stuff is deep. But you know, I truly believe, like, you know, when Delilah cut Samson's hair, she knew that she was cutting his glory. I truly believe that our hair requires the most care and the longest amount of care because it's so glorious, because it's so beautiful, and because it's so special. Jesus's hair was like wool. So our hair is like wool. Y'all, that should give us even more of a reason why we should have our hair. We have literally God type hair. Type 3, type 4, God type, period. I'm just gonna leave us with this message that God made absolutely no mistakes when he made you. Your hairs are numbered. Your tears are collected and stored. He remembers, he sees, he's El Shaddai, he sees, he hears our cries. You know, from back then, even, he heard all those cries. He saw all these things, but he also gave us the ability to endure. There's so much strength in loving everything about you. That's like, I believe that that's like the epitome of confidence, when you can confidently love every single part about you without feeling the need to modify. That's the epitome of confidence. And you know, there's people, especially, I even saw this video recently about the girl who was like she just posted herself, she felt beautiful, and people were mad about the fact that she felt beautiful. We're surrounded by a bunch of people who may not even like themselves, not because of their own fault, but because of the things that they've been taught, the things that they've seen in their environments. We pray for them. And I'm saying we because I have to pray for them. I used to be that person too, you know? A lot of the times we hate out of a projection for what we lack. We hate on the other person because we don't even feel that way about ourselves. We might hate on somebody because we don't feel confident about ourselves. So we have to look at it this way, okay? We have to look at it this way. Honestly, it saves you. It saves you from taking a lot of things personal, because you realize that a lot of the time people are just dealing with their own stuff. And I'm speaking as someone that used to do the exact same thing. I used to be that person who, if I felt insecure about myself, I would project. Or if I felt insecure about something, I would project. So we're in a broken world. However, if we could look to Jesus and fix our eyes about what he said about us, saying that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, that he made no mistakes, that he numbered our hairs, that we're chosen, and all these things, what can mere mortals do to us? If he's for us, who can be against us? So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love, Krisha.